Well, what I've done first is I've written my y sub p. So pay attention. Your y sub p is u sub 2, which we just found. And this e to the 2x and x to the 2x, that's the variable part of y sub c. I wrote my yc over here. See how the first was e to the 2x and then x e to the 2x? That's where this piece came from. And then you multiply each by u sub 1. First one by u sub 1, second one by u sub 2. So that's my y sub p. And what you do now is just algebra. So if we go to the screen, this, I just copied the previous line. That's that, and then all right, we're ready for our second non-homogeneous example, solving it by variation parameters. So this is the problem, this first line. And is it in standard form? Yes, because that's a 1, so I'm happy. Step 2 is form an auxiliary equation. This is step 2. Step 3 says solve. We've done that here. We got the root 1 2 times. Step 3. Step 4 is write your y sub c. It's this line here. And 5, identify your y sub 1 and y sub 2. This is y sub 1. This is y sub 2. And step 6, find the determinants. Well, your first determinant is y sub 1, y sub 2, y sub 1 prime, y sub 2 prime. So if you look at the top row, I've written my y sub 1 and y sub 2. And my second row is a derivative of the first row. Now find the value of that determinant. You multiply this times this, minus this times this. That's what I've done here. I've simplified, and I found w to be e to the 2x. All right, remember that. Next screen. My W sub 1. Remember, W sub 1 makes me think of the first column, and you always have a 0 here, and then here is f of x. And then your second column, this is y sub 2, and this is y sub 2 prime. You multiply this times this, that gives you 0 minus this times this. So here's my W sub 1. And let's don't forget, what was W? W was, we're at e to the 2x. All right, let's find W sub 2. Second column, always a 0 there. This is f of x. Your first column is y sub 1, and then y sub 1 prime. Multiply this times this. Remember, when you multiply like bases, you add your exponents. That's how I get e to the 2x. And so there's my W sub 2. Now let's go on. That was step what? Find your, that was 6, where you find all your determinants. 7, step 7, you find u sub 1 prime, u sub 2 prime. U sub 1 prime is W sub 1 over W. So I just took the W sub 1 that I found at the top of the screen over W, and I simplified it. So that's u sub 1 prime. U sub 2 prime, W sub 2 over W. I took my W sub 2 and I wrote it over W, and I simplified. And that is the end of step 7.